Is going on, my 12 guys? Happy 12th day. Happy Thursday afternoon to all of y'all. What's up, Lakers land? Can I consider doing a segment next month on referrals and recruitment? Looking for the best strategy to bring new streamers? That will probably be about a couple weeks away, but I am working on an official referral program to get you guys armed with some like referral codes, referral links, things like that. We appreciate you guys being our biggest supporters and our champions. And yeah, we want to get some tools in your hands to bring the next wave of creators over to Playback. Jax11 just became a Playback OG subscriber. Thank you for the sub, Jax11. Officially a twop god. Thank you for the sub, Jax11, and shouts out everyone in the room. ETB Network, my guy Victor, another sub. I believe a 3-month sub now for Victor. Let's check in there. Yes, 3 months. Happy 3-month sub day, Victor. Shouts out to you and happy twop day. Who else we got in here in chat? 13 of you right now. Shouts out to the employees over here at Playback. Greer, I see you. D-Jack, I see you. And we've also got my guy Big Rig in here. What's up, Big Rig? Game Griot, Samuel, Showtime Brazil, The Reckoning, MSG27. Appreciate all you hopping in. We have some MLB big inning action going on right now while we let some folks pile into the room. So we'll watch a little baseball here for a couple minutes. If you need a VIP, let me know in chat, and we'll get going here in a few minutes. What's going on, Mike? Can't wait to see you up here on stage later. All right, we'll give it about a minute or two more to let folks continue to pile in, and then we will go ahead and get started. I just need to get one more graphic in here, chat. I do have my simulcasts going, so that's good news. That looks good enough to me. We are 5 minutes past the hour. Mute Tau. So let's go ahead and get after it. Yeah, Big Rig. I figured I would spare the entire room the noise of the cats fighting. Not everyone wants to hear a cat fight on a Thursday afternoon. All right, let's go ahead and get into our episode. Let me switch on over to our screen share here. And we should be in business now. Welcome back, my TWAP gods. Thank you for joining me for another episode of This Week on Playback. If this is your first time, welcome, welcome. Please do continue to come. I'm your guy, B Tau. I work here at Playback, and every week I do this episode This Week on Playback, a live stream where we give you a behind the scenes peek at what we're building over here at Playback, what our product roadmap looks like, and most importantly, getting that feedback from you, right, our users, as to what we should be looking to build, how we can make improvements, and how we make this the best and easiest and most fun, most importantly, place to go live and create content. So let's go ahead and get into it. Again, this week's episode is one of our special episodes. We have these every about five episodes or so. We call them Feedback Frenzy, where really the entirety of the episode is dedicated toward collecting all of your feedback, collecting features you guys want to see, things you want to see our team work on. We will dedicate the entirety of this episode to that once we get through our regularly scheduled segments. So, as you regulars will know, that starts with the clip of the week. And I already saw him in here in chat. I think Lakerland is still in here. The clip of the week goes to Lakers Land. It is titled Luka in MVP mode. We live on Watch Playback. And note, this is actually one of the few live clipping examples that we've used here on This Week on Playback for clip of the week, where Lakers Land used a clip to drive more traffic into the room while live, which is a very intelligent way to bring more users into your room. So let's go ahead and run the clip. Shouts out Lakers Land for winning clip of the week. Almost there. From the clip.
But Luka is what, 27 years of age.
Yeah.
What do you think is really more important to his legacy to win now? I know this is kind of an odd question, but the championship or the regular season MVP? What do you think is most important to come first for Luka?
I think the championship, because it's kind of like, I feel like the basketball world, the consensus knows that Luka has the ability to win a MVP.
Okay.
We've seen it. He's shown it. He's done it. But even Luka, he like, I'm here in LA to win championships. So just like Kobe probably should have had 2 to 3 MVPs. We understand Steve Nash had a better record team, all that stuff, but Kobe had the ability to win MVPs, but he was focused on championships.
But Luka is what, 27?
So that is the clip of the week talking some Luka in Lakers Land. I'm actually going to post a poll here. And I'm just going to add 2 choices here. Go ahead and hit the poll, chat. We're going to find out how many Lakers fans we have here in chat. Will Luka win a championship in his career? Go ahead and hit that poll for me, chat. I am super interested in what we all think. Hit that poll for me. Hit that poll for me. We got 10 votes. Let's see if we can get a couple more votes in here, chat. All right, we'll go ahead and end the vote. Oh, we might have a lot of Lakers fans in here. We might have a lot of Lakers fans in the house. Overwhelmingly, 8-2, 80% of y'all think that Luka will, in fact, have a championship to his name before it's all said and done. Very interesting. Mike Weisberg, our resident Celtics fan here, says JT might get 3 by the time he's all said and done. Let's worry about getting Jason Tatum back on the floor in 2026. How about we focus on that first, and then we can talk about getting him to 3 chips. But again, shouts out Lakers land for winning the clip of the week. Love the extra attention and editing that was done in that clip to make it vertical, to add the subtitling, to add the soundtrack in the background. Like, and then using it as a live clip to drive more traction to your room. Chef's Kiss Lakers land, absolutely great example. Hit me with an email. I'll leave it in chat, brandon@playback.tv. You will get yourself a playback hat for winning clip of the week. And reminder to all of you, tag us at Watch Playback when you're posting your clips to socials so that you too can be considered for clip of the week and win yourself a playback hat if you do win clip of the week. All righty, on to the tip of the week. The tip of the week for this week. RTMP custom sources are now available for everybody. So when you go ahead and go to hop on stage, you will now see next to a browser tab, a custom tab that says it's in beta. And you can actually, we will give you a playback stream key and stream URL so that you can now, with your OBSs, your StreamYards, any type of setup you're doing with any types of those softwares, you can bring those directly over into your playback stream while still being able to leverage the other tools that we offer here at Playback, like our simulcast feature, our chat features, all of our other interactive features here in Playback. So we have turned on this RTMP feature for all users now. When you go ahead to join the stage, you will now see this when setting up your stream. So didn't want it to be a surprise, and also wanted to let you all know, if you're a user of an OBS or a StreamYard, this is now some functionality you have in Playback to level up your streams while we continue to add tooling on the overlays, elements, themes side of things ourselves from inside of Playback so that long term, you can ditch StreamYard and OBS and you just do everything in Playback. But for now, we got your back with custom RTMP support. So that is the tip of the week. Custom RTMP support is available for everyone now. Yes, Mike, we are still waiting from Google on the YouTube side of things so that we can launch the full YouTube simulcast product. It is entirely ready to go on our end. Again, once we get that YouTube API increase, we will launch that for all users. And I did hear that our co-founders applied a little additional pressure to our Google reps this week. So we're doing everything we can over here. Lastly, the word of the week. The word of the week is brainstorm, and it's inspired by our very own B Souls. And I'm not sure if he's in chat right now, but brainstorm unique content ideas, right? Like, I know people say there's nothing new under the sun, but certainly there's something to everyone just copying the same content formats that we see time and time again. So get different, get unique. Think of ways that you can create unique content. You can bring more fun to your audience. You can do unique things. And as importantly, as you guys start to brainstorm unique and cool content ideas, that allows us to productize them so they become really easy for you guys to pull off, right? So if there's a really, really cool content idea that you brainstorm and you have to hack it together, and it's really hard to do because you have to download different apps and use different softwares and it costs money or it takes too much time, let us know. That is literally what we're building with games. Again, Around the Room is on its way, but this is what we're building. We're building easy preset formats for you guys to be able to do content ideas, honestly, that maybe weren't possible previously. So really want you all to think outside of the box. If you guys have not seen B Soul's sort of idea here, the new app he's launching, check him out on socials. It really is just a way to collect ideas and brainstorm new content ideas. Your content starts with the idea. So fleshing out really nice content ideas and unique content ideas will only make you stand out from the rest of the crowd. So while it's nice to copy the trends that seem to be working, don't be afraid to step outside of the box a little and also help us help you do that by productizing some of this thing, some of these things as games. So the word of the week is brainstorm. Go ahead and brainstorm some unique content ideas. Don't be like the rest of the live streaming crowd. Let's do something different. All right. It's trivia time. Today's trivia giveaway, and I'll get a segment going here in a second. We're going with the corduroy playback hat. This is in green. You can get it in different colors. You can get it in black. There's a blue color. I think there's like a reddish purple color, but it is a corduroy hat. It has the Playback Wordmark logo on the back with the app logo on the front. Let me go ahead and get my segment started. We'll notify all 639 of those members that have push notifications turned on. Appreciate all of y'all. Give it a few seconds, maybe for a couple more folks to trickle in. I see we jumped from like 15 to 19 here. Again, for those that just popped in, we are giving away a playback corduroy hat to our trivia winner today. This is in green. You can get it in black. You can get it in blue. I believe there's a reddish, like purple color as well. We'll have the Wordmark logo on the back with the app logo on the front. Chat, get your Twitter fingers ready. Here comes the question. Name the feature that gamifies receiving multiple paid chat messages in succession. The Reckoning. The Reckoning is our winner. Those are power streaks. And a reminder to those of you creators that maybe don't have power streaks turned on in your room settings, underneath your room settings, under the power chat setting, make sure you toggle on power streaks. How power streaks work are once you get one power chat, we will actually start a timer that everyone in the room's chat can see. And if they send another power chat before that timer expires, you will start a streak of power chats. It's a great way to gamify your community, sending you tips and getting power chats going in your room. And you might just set the all-time platform record for power streaks. So I do believe right now that belongs to Prop over at Ballers Only, who got into like the 170s. But if you think your room can crack a 200 streak power streak, put them to the test. Put them to the test. So congrats to the Reckoning. You win yourself one of these corduroy hats. I'll drop my email in chat again so that you can shoot me an email and we can go ahead and get that shipped out to you. Congrats to the Reckoning. So before we get into the feedback frenzy to close the episode, it's time for the newest segment here on TWAP, where I'm actually gonna get my guy Mike on stage, and he's gonna give you a little segment. He's got a couple minutes where he's gonna give you guys what he sees happening on playback from his POV as one of our power users. The segment is now called Pass the Mic. Mike, come on up here on stage and join me, please, and get your couple minutes of fame off, my man. There's the request. Big Rig says, can't believe we're giving Celtics fans a platform. As a Cavs fan, I play fair.
You're telling me.
Hey, love the hat first and foremost, and thank you for agreeing to do this section on This Week on Playback. Every week you're available. So again, Pass the Mic will be Mike's couple minutes to get his takes off as a playback power user. The floor is yours, Mike. Go for it.
So real quick, for those that don't know me, I'm Mike Weisberg. I'm the playback content manager over on the NBA Bit, playback.tv/NBA Bit. So this week's Pass the Mic is really simple. So as many of you know, the NBA just locked in one of the biggest media rights deals in sports history. Over $70 billion across networks and streaming platforms. Not just a win for the league, it's a statement about where attention is headed. What's fascinating is about how the NBA positions itself. They didn't just stick with two partners, which is what they traditionally had. They spread the rights across ESPN, NBC, Amazon, Warner. Why? Because today, fans consume content everywhere. On TV, on apps, on social clips. The NBA knows it needs to keep growing. It needs to meet people where they are. And that's important for you as creators. There's 18 people in here right now, and I'm in many of your rooms already. And I see the content you guys put out. But that's what creators should take from this, especially given where playback is in terms of monetization. You can't rely on one lane. If you're only streaming on Twitch but ignoring TikTok or YouTube Shorts or even Twitter, you're missing huge pockets of your audience. The NBA didn't wait for fans to come to them, and you shouldn't either. That's the blueprint. Find ways to reach out to different audiences, go into different rooms, watch different content, get an understanding of where some of the bigger creators on the platform are. They might be doing something totally different from what you do, but it might spark an idea, much like B Souls over on Instagram, to give you a different concept. So that's like my main takeaway for this week as we lead into the end of Major League Baseball, into the playoffs, and also the start of the NBA season. Training camp is a month away. So start planning your content plans that way of figuring out how to reach out to a new audience.
I absolutely love it. What an epic first pass the mic. Appreciate you, Mike. Thanks for hopping in. We'll definitely see you again next week and probably in chat for some of this feedback frenzy as well. So shouts out to Mike, our new weekly segment, Pass the Mic, here on Playback, where one of our biggest power users, Mike here, Mike Weisberg of NBA Bit, will be giving you his take on what's going on at Playback as a power user. Mike, as always, there it is. I was going to say, drop that link to NBA Bit in chat. You guys go ahead and give Mike's room a follow here. Join his room, NBA Bit on Playback. It is right there in chat. All right, it's feedback frenzy time. Let's screen share the Canny page. I will link it again here in chat. This is our product feedback portal where we crowdsource all of our product feedback from you lovely power users of ours. So let's go ahead and screen share to dive into that. And for those that have not been a part of one of these feedback frenzy sessions before, you can feel free to hit me with a stage request if you want to talk through your piece of feedback. Also, feel free to drop any requests or feedback here in chat. This Canny portal is where I'm going to be inputting any requests you guys have that don't already exist in here. If they do already exist, we can go ahead and hit them with some upvotes. But yeah, start hitting me with some product feature requests, questions, comments, concerns in chat. And if you do want to hit me with a stage request, now is the time to do so. Big Rig has one. Something graphics-wise that makes watch-alongs for games we can't show on Playback more appealing so it's not just webcams. This is a great call-out. If Greer on our team is in chat right now, she's absolutely celebrating this call-out, Big Rig. Let me take a look to see if we do have anything in here already. So there's Greer. Let's go. Greer's been a big proponent of this, Big Rig. We call this our Gamecast view. If for users that aren't able to actually see the stream, but want to see like a live score, in the case of the MLB, how many runners are on base, what the pitch count is, things like that. So we're going to go ahead and search Gamecast here and see if we have extend Gamecast view to creator rooms without League Pass. I'm absolutely going to hit that with an upvote. That's still not exactly what we're talking about here. So I would say that this would be expand Gamecast to all leagues. Playback does not officially support. And just to pull chat really quickly so I can give some prioritization here, drop leagues you would want to see first. So if we had to prioritize where to work on Gamecast first, where should it be? So NBA Gamecast is already pretty far along. MLB could definitely use an upgrade. I would agree. NFL does not exist, so we'll start there. And with NFL season right around the corner, that certainly makes sense. NHL. I think a lot of soccer communities on Playback. English Premier League makes a lot of sense. UEFA Champions League makes a lot of sense. Golf, love that, Big Rig. PGA. Looks like those are the main focuses for now. So obviously we will work on others as well, but just wanted to get a little list going here of the most important leagues. We'll go ahead and create this post. And again, I linked our Canny here in chat. I'll link it one more time. You all can actually hop in here and hit these with upvotes so that we can prioritize working on these faster. So shouts out Big Rig. Really do like this one. Expanding Gamecast to more leagues that we don't have official broadcast support for here in Playback. Okay, let's see. The Reckoning says, I know we've talked about it before, but I'd like to see a backstage feature for Playback. So let's make sure we do have that in here. Backstage. Be able to talk to our guests before they come onto stage. Yes. So this is actually under review. Hit it with some upvotes. Hit it with some upvotes, chat. If you agree that there should be a backstage mode, and certainly the Reckoning do this, hop into the canny, search backstage, and hit this with an upvote. The more upvotes these features get, the faster we will build them. It really does work that simply. But I love the call out, the Reckoning. Love the call out. And it does now have 7 upvotes, so it does seem like a feature that is wanted for sure. Dan the Lakers fan says green screens would be fire. Now this one I am almost certain is already in here. Can we get support for green screens? It only has 1 upvote. That feels wrong. Hop in here, chat. Hit green screens with an upvote. We've definitely gotten more requests for green screens than just 1. So please do go ahead and hit that with an upvote to get support for green screens if that's something you want to see. Thank you, the Reckoning. And if you have a feature that like you're really pushing for and you love it a lot, tell some friends about it. Tell some other playback creators about it. Be like, hey, wouldn't this be really cool? And if they agree, tell them to hop in the candy and hit it with an upvote. 24-hour temporary guest passes. ETB Network, can you elaborate on that for me? What do you mean by a guest pass? Like for a guest pass, is this referencing broadcast access? Is it like a gifted sub, like a temporary gifted sub? Is it talk to me here, ETB Network? Oh, I'll get back to this in a sec. ETB Network. Love this from Dan, the Lakers fan. Dan says, how about a Super Saiyan mode where people who are cooking with their takes, their screen lights up when they have an amazing take and people are feeling it in the moment? For those not familiar with Dragon Ball Z, going Super Saiyan makes their hair go like this blonde gold color. They get like all this electricity around them. It just makes them really pop and look really cool. So I think this is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and add this. So we will go Super Saiyan mode for creators. Great takes. So this is similar to Fire and Ice, I think, where after getting fired so many times, kind of your chat bubble gets fired up. But I do think there's more things we can play on here with Super Saiyan mode, especially with like the power chat terminology, giving like that electricity kind of vibe. I do think there's something here that works. So creators that get a lot of upvotes on their takes. And if you want Super Saiyan mode as well, again, hop in the canny, hit this with an upvote. Love the idea. Talk about, I said brainstorm was the word of the week. Talk about thinking outside of the box. Shouts out Dan for thinking outside of the box on that one. All right, so back to your question, ETB Network. You asked, we host podcasts on here. That way guests don't have to sign up for an email. Completely understood. So you don't want like a guest that you invite to have to sign up for a playback account. Similar to sort of like how StreamYard works, you want to be able to give them like a temporary link that allows them to join the stage. So let's see if we have something in there. Let's see. There it is. One-time guest access without login. So go ahead and search one-time guest access. Hit that with an upvote. If you like ETB Network, want to see this one-time guest access without login, go ahead and hit that feature request with an upvote for us. Great call out there, ETB Network. Adam Got Picks asks, how far are we away from room raids and gifted subs? Completely agree. So the team's really pushing again across the finish line on studio and games, starting with Around the Room. So applying the finishing touches and polish to that. Again, apologies. I was hoping we'd be able to play Around the Room today, but it is a massive undertaking to get into the product. So early next week or sometime next week is what we're looking for now. By the way, appreciate you hopping into the reckoning. Thank you. Head back to work. But yes, room raids, gifted subs, more emoji reactions, being able to upload pictures in chat. We have a lot of fast follows that we view as must haves for you all in your communities to be able to have as much fun and interact as much as we want you and your communities to on playback. So we are very aware that there are still some table stakes features we need to get to. It's just getting across the finish line on the studio and games aspect, as I mentioned, before we can go ahead and get to that stuff. But great call out, Adam Got Picks, and we certainly need to get to that stuff when we can. Big Rig says playback statcast would go stupid. Completely agree. And this is actually already in here. So do hop in the candy and hit things with upvotes if you do like it. Completely agree. Playback statcast would go bonkers. Again, especially for the leagues where we don't have support for the official TV broadcast right now. DJack says thoughts displaying an NBA court with live shot placements for users without an NBA sub. I love this. So let's see if we have any NBA Gamecast requests in here. I don't think so. So let's go ahead and get this in here, DJack. I love this. I was searching in the wrong place. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get this in here. Display an NBA court with live shot placement on the, let's see, as a what? Premium Gamecast view, maybe we'll call it. That's what we'll go ahead and call it. Are there any apps that I can equate this to, DJack? Like, is Shotmaker a real thing? Am I making this up? What's the app that sort of shows the shot trajectories? If there isn't one, then no worries. I was just thinking, or maybe it's actually a Twitter user I see who makes the animations of the shots. So we'll go ahead and create this post. If you like DJack, want to see a premium Gamecast view, go ahead, hop in the candy, hit this with an upvote. Love the idea, DJack, and thanks for bringing it. Split Urkel, Big Booty Stan, what's going on? Still the best username on the platform. What's going on, Urkel Big Booty Stan? Adam Got Picks, split screen options by chance, at least so we can show two games at once. This is definitely in here, and I imagine it's got a lot of upvotes. Something we've already started some designs on. I think it's called the multi-viewer. Yes, multi-view. The ability to show multiple TV broadcasts on the screen at the same time. It does have 16 upvotes. We do have some designs in the works. So yeah, go ahead and hit that with an upvote if it's something you want to see us prioritize faster. Again, we are working on our studio and games first. Then we'll have some table stakes stuff to add before we can get into some of these other features like a multi-view, but definitely something that we want to work on. Game Griot asks, any update in the works where custom emojis will display in clips? Ooh. And an option for chat displaying in portrait clips. Let me double check that right now, as a matter of fact. Room settings, replays, and clips. Okay, so you do only have control or layout controls over your landscape clips. This is a really good call out here. So let's see if anyone has portrait clips in here. They do not. So ability to add chats to landscape clips. Or I'm sorry, portrait clips. What's going on, Greer?
Actually, Leon's working on that right now.
Well, what do you know?
One of the things that we
what do
discussed
you know?
this week. So, Game Griot, actually email me. I'm Greer at playback.tv, and as soon as I see a design, you can see one shortly after and give us your feedback on it.
I love that. I love that. And keep on hopping up here whenever you need. This is like
that's the power, right?
The power play. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You read my mind. Like the collaborative power, her being able to hop right up here. We didn't have to talk to a producer or pan camera or be in the same studio or nah, we just get to rock it like this. So yeah, appreciate
Yep.
you sharing that, Greer.
Of course.
I think, do we have anything else? Oh, Gridiron Dre says, will you ever be able to watch live college football games on playback? If we have anything to say about it, absolutely. So not this season, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. This season, likely a pipe dream. Next season, not out of the question. Again, if we do our job and we give you all the tools to make playback the best, easiest, most fun place to originate live streams and go live, the rest will follow. We will nail down the league network partners, the sponsorship and advertising partners to get more money in your pockets. It's all a journey to get to the same shared end goal. So appreciate you rocking with us on this journey, Gridiron Dre. We'll get there. We'll get there, man. Dan says, you ever been in a room where you think this is great, except for the one guy on screen who has no idea what he's talking about? How about an overboard mode where if people are not feeling a user on stage, they get thrown overboard with enough downvotes if the mode is flipped on for the stream? Opposite of Super Saiyan mode. What if we call this like Survivor? Stream Survivor, maybe? Maybe you start with so many people on stage and after so much time, whoever's got the least votes or the most down votes gets booted until by the end of the stream, you just got one survivor there ready to give off their final take. Is that something that sounds interesting? Last man standing. Love that word, Big Rig. Don't want to necessarily make people think it's Survivor like the TV show Survivor. So last person standing is an awesome game request, Dan. Love this. Last person standing game. Have X number of stage participants, and a stage participant gets booted from the stage every so often based on who has the most downvotes or fewest upvotes. I love this idea. I will call this interactivity. We're going to post it. I'm going to need all y'all to hit this with an upvote. This idea rocks. And also, this idea feels like a game that we could probably add relatively quickly, I would imagine. Like, I probably shouldn't say that because I'm absolutely not a dev. So apologies, dev and product team. I have actually no clue, but it does feel like we already have a lot of the functionality required for this one. So please do go ahead and hit this with an upvote. Oh, okay. Lakers Av has a game request here. Playback Games, Sports Trivia Showdown. Fans compete in timed trivia about NBA, NFL, MLB, Olympics, or team history. Let's see if we do have trivia in here. If we don't have trivia in here yet, that's actually kind of crazy. But I'm glad that it's being called out. It is not in here. Sports Trivia. Add a sports trivia game where fans compete in timed trivia. Another one of our concepts that's been thrown around is sort of like a Stump the Schwab recreation, where it'd be like maybe a bit more serious of a production value or something like this. I feel like this one is definitely more like a casual, time trivia type of game. So I do like this concept as well. Software developers hate me. They probably do. not actually, but probably make their lives a little bit harder than they could be otherwise sometimes. So apologies to y'all when I make your lives harder. It's not intentional. It's just how I am sometimes. Any other suggestions here? Again, it is feedback frenzy. Don't be shy. Lakers Ed, you got another one. I love this prediction playback game. Pick them before and during games. Absolutely love this. So let's go into pick them. I have a prediction game for the outcomes in the game. Next basket, final point score, etc. Love it. Keep them coming. Keep them coming, chat. Y'all are on a roll. Chat's getting hot. Looks like I missed one of yours, Big Rig. I will head back to it. Apologies. Thanks for tagging me. Big Rig says expanded internal video editing for clips would be nice. So it could be more polished and an all-in-one studio type of thing. Okay, so right now we do have trimming, but it sounds like you don't want to take that trimmed clip into your Adobe or your CapCut or I don't know, iMovie, whatever people use nowadays. So actually, let me see here. Trim clips we've already done. Naming clips we have. So we will say more video editing control for clips. And Big Rig, if you can hop in chat for me, and honestly, other folks here in chat as well. What other editing controls would you like to see? Like, so aside from trimming the clip, do you want to like, is it adding subtitles? Is it cropping sort of like images or like the visual assets? What do you want to see here? I think cropping does make sense. Cropping, subtitling. Maybe I just answered my own question. Oh, background music. So background sounds. Let's just say background themes, sounds, etc. Love it. Absolutely love it. Great call out. This is for clips. Oh, damn, y'all got crazy here in chat. I looked away for 1 minute and y'all got to work. All right, let's see. Adam got picks as a fun around the room idea we have cooking when it's live is fantasy football debate / roast each week, highlighting guys' teams we have from our league. Love that. And actually, I said brainstorm, get creative. I might steal your brainstormed creative idea. I've got a long going fantasy league that would absolutely love that. I will let you get it off and running first. Haven't got picks. It's your domain, your IP. But once I see that start working, I might have to take that for myself. Absolutely love that concept for using the around the room template. Oh, and I did miss Game Griot. Whoops, did not mean to hit it with that. Wanted to hit it with some fire. I did miss Game Griot say trivia / select correct answer feature similar to polls would be great for the general room as well. Yes, so I do think that would be similar to the feature or the trivia game that Lakers ad requested earlier. Ghetto Spirits got a game request, dating game, to have 5 ladies and 5 guys competing for love. And the winning couple gets a free month subscription for that channel. Let's do it. I saw DDG's doing his own Love Island style 24/7 stream. That's crazy. But I think this idea is much better. So let's go ahead and hop in here. And I think the really cool idea, and I saw B Souls mention this as well, is like I do think a concept like this works better if not only there's a live component, but there is like a nice high production quality VOD component as well, which is already baked into playback. So I do think this works extremely well on playback. So we will say dating game. We'll say virtual dating game or remote. Games. We'll just say, we'll start with your idea, 5 guys, 5 ladies compete for love. Winner gets some sort of prize. We are definitely getting creative now. This is what I love to see. Keep it coming, chat. Big Rig, yes, room currency to use on your picks, something that we're already kicking around. Like this idea for things like prediction games, trivia, like as far as like rewards are concerned, similar to I believe points on Twitch. Getting some room points over here on playback makes a lot of sense as a form of currency for a lot of these games we'll be releasing. Love that call out. Yeah, me and Kaiser, that's my boy. One of these days, I'll tell the origin story of the first time Kaiser and I met. It's wild. Dates back to my freshman year of college, as a matter of fact, but that's neither here nor there. We'll get into that during a story time one of these twats. Wibby has a suggestion, a feature where you can block off the background activity of the app, sort of like a playback light, where it only captures the content of the room you click on. I'm pretty sure the battery on phones die quickly because of all the background live streams. Great call out here. So let's see what we can do. Background. Okay, so block background activity in the app. This would save phone battery life. Create that post. And ideally, rather than having to block the background activity, we continue to be able to honestly just improve the efficiency of the app so that it's not draining your battery as quickly or making your phone run hot. But yeah, as you guys can imagine, there's a lot under the hood with playback. Like, our app is insanely powerful. So yeah, we'll do what we can to make sure we preserve your battery life as best we can. Dan, the Lakers fan, has an idea. How about a playback center where we get the similar format to Sports Center, where we get to talk about topics in podcast form and we can pull up daily sports topics on screen, Sports Center style. Love it. Let's get it in here. Playback center. One-to-one layout of ESPN's Sports Center. Let's see, to talk topics and show rundowns. Sports Center style. All right. If you also want to see Sports Center as one of the games we build or one of the games we prioritize, go ahead and hit that with an upvote. If you are not living in this Canny website right now, if you're not living on here right now, I need you guys to hop in, start hitting some stuff you like with some upvotes. I appreciate that. Jax11 says ability to add music. When you say that, Jax, do you mean, so Big Rig mentioned adding like more editing features to clips, like adding background music. Do you mean adding like music to your streams, like maybe like a Spotify or Apple Music integration? And I will actually, I'd be surprised if that doesn't already exist here. Wow, it doesn't. Ability to add music to your stream. And Mike does call out a good call out here on if you're simulcasting to other channels that you're using sort of like a copyrighted music for. You will get hit with a copyright strike. I do think as a workaround, we could not send the music to your simulcast destination, similar to how we do, you know, live games today, where you're not showing an actual live NBA game on your simulcast destination. But it is a good call out, Mike, for sure. So thanks for bringing that up as well. Ability to add music to your stream, Spotify / Apple Music integration. Would not want the copyrighted music to play on my simulcast destinations. It's a great call out on that detail, Mike. And this would be streaming. Pandora. I literally forgot Pandora was a thing, Big Rig. Forgot that exists. Just for you, Big Rig. Just for you, I'll go back in and edit it. Only for you. Anyone else, we'll left it off. SoundCloud is still a thing. I actually use SoundCloud, so that one should be here. How else am I supposed to listen to all the music I downloaded off DatPiff years ago if I don't hit up SoundCloud? How can you get the early Big Sean mixtape stuff? All right, what else do we have? Oh, Jax, you were talking about for clips. Well, my bad. We've added it for streams too now here in the feedback. And if you like that too, go ahead and hit it with an upvote. Last community game suggestion for Lakers app, and appreciate all these suggestions. Watch party bingo. Big Rig will know. We tried to do this in the land, and it was super difficult to hack together, but the community loved the idea. So I absolutely love this. Let's go watch party bingo. Auto generate bingo cards for stream viewers based on events that happen during the game/stream. Have prizes for winners. Yeah, it was not great when we tried to implement it. We did it for the Cavs, and it was always tough if like a player was sitting, then like anything that was on your bingo card that involved them was dead, and like so there are some devil in the details to work out here. But generally speaking, bingo was an idea our community loved and definitely rocked with. What game, Grio? Am I able to go through my entire like DatPiff like Internet Archive style, like just send it back to like mid 2000s? And I love this. Thank you for that shout out. I am going to go ahead and bookmark this right now. Out the Mud Sports asks, what about channels using pirated websites for streaming games? They should get banned from streaming for 24 hours. Just an idea. So, how this works, and I'm really glad you asked this question, Out the Mud Sports. On our end, we do the best we can basically to identify copyrighted streams. It is a lot of tech that goes into that. So we are, of course, far from perfect, but we continue to improve on that time and time again. So what we really do rely on ultimately is copyright holders to reach out to us, which does happen occasionally when a room might be screen sharing some copyrighted content. A copyright owner will reach out to us, at which point we do contact the room owner, have them remove the copyrighted content. We do issue strikes and warnings as well. But if you are someone that, again, similar to Discord, where we see tons of Discord servers screen sharing copyrighted content, we have to do our part to remove you from Discovery, to issue warnings and things like that. The sort of like risk appetite for screen sharing things like that is totally up to you all. But just know that if we do get word from, a rights holder, or if we identify it ourselves, we will ask you to remove it. We will hit you with a warning and things like that. But a great call out there, Out of the Mud Sports. I would think about things like that similar to how they work on platforms like a Discord. Big Rig says archive that if I want to go further down the Teriyaki Boys rabbit hole. I already went deep enough down that rabbit hole, Big Rig. They're solid. They're solid. Outside of just the Tokyo Drift main theme song, they got a couple bangers. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta say, chat, round of applause to everyone that joined us. Like W's in chat for all of y'all. Like you guys are incredible. I mean, we're only 7 minutes short of the top of the hour here because you all came with awesome ideas, great feedback. I'm excited to get these over to the product team so they can get to working on this stuff. Seeing what we can prioritize as soon as possible. Again, right now, they are fully heads down, finishing up the studio features, finishing up around the room so it can be ready as soon next week as possible. Really appreciate your patience as we get this stuff across the finish line. As I mentioned before, like it's crazy that our product and dev teams have it as close to ready as they do today. So really do appreciate your patience as we push this across the finish line. Appreciate you, Adam got picks, and I look forward to these weekly now. Really do appreciate that. That means a ton to me. Love all of you, my TWAP gods. I'll go ahead and give you 5 minutes back. We will be back here again next week. Same time, same place, noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, in this room, playback.tv/playback. I am your guy, B-Tow.